back to another Defiant Explainer video. Today we're exploring a very hot topic: cold wallets. Whether you're a DeFi veteran, a passionate NFT collector, or simply someone who interacts with cryptocurrency transactions regularly, self-custody is critical. Yes, the cryptocurrency realm is exciting, but without proper security measures, it can also be anxiety-inducing. Fear of hacks, lost keys, and volatile markets are concerning for a reason. And as we've seen recently, even executives at leading crypto companies can fall victim to theft, scams, or fraud, resulting in loss of funds. Now, hardware wallets do offer greater security than software wallets, but they often lack a smooth user experience. The GridPlus team created the Lattice1 with precisely this problem in mind, aptly nicknaming it a digital fortress. They engineered the Lattice1 to be powerful, secure, and user-friendly hardware wallet that allows users to manage an unlimited number of wallets and easily transact using blockchains and smart contracts. So let's have a look inside this heavy-duty housing before we explore the Lattice1 itself, its unique features, its impressive security measures, and then dive right into using the Lattice1 together. Even picking the box up, you get a sense of rigidity and robustness. And as we take a peek inside, the Lattice1 is displayed prominently, like the team's rather proud to show what they've created. So what do we get when we order a Lattice1? We have the Lattice1 itself, a safeguard, a power cable, Ethernet cable, and an instruction manual. Now, first impressions first, the Lattice1 is a striking device. It's large, it's heavy, and it's well put together. It certainly doesn't feel flimsy when you pick it up. And if you compare the Lattice1 to some of the other popular hardware wallets on the market by size, this is definitely in a league of its own, and for good reason. From a safety perspective, having all the important information displayed on this large 5-inch touchscreen is important, particularly before interacting with smart contracts or signing transactions. Now, before we get deeper into the impressive security measures like the safeguard and the advanced cryptography, let's quickly talk a bit more about the design and the build quality. Now, don't let this 5-inch TFT touchscreen fool you. This is not a smartphone display, and there's no OLED 4K resolution here. The device and its screen are built with functionality in mind, although it is worth mentioning that the GridPlus team have also put some effort into the aesthetics. You can see these blue accents in the vents around the device, which definitely complement the design, and it adds a nice finishing touch as it fits with the blue finish inside the box and even the GridPlus's overall branding. The Lattice features a large touchscreen at the front, cable ports at the back, one for power and one for an Ethernet cable, which is optional because of course Wi-Fi is enabled. And finally, the safeguard reader on the side, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Okay, so we've seen the impressive design and build quality, but what makes the Lattice1 special? First of all, this is not another cold wallet. The GridPlus team built the Lattice1 with a few key points in mind. They wanted to set a new standard in hardware wallets by offering both a luxurious experience and impenetrable security when users are interacting with DeFi platforms, managing NFTs, or signing any daily transactions. And how did they achieve this? They built the Lattice1 with a better interface, allowing users to read the entire transaction overview at once, instead of scrolling through line by line. It has advanced security measures, is resistant to physical intrusion attempts, can be backed up to these safeguards, meaning users don't rely on pen and paper under the mattress. It can sign transactions from multiple paired devices via Wi-Fi, and it lets you manage an unlimited number of master seeds from a single device. So let's break all of this down, starting with the display. So we've already seen this 5-inch TFT touchscreen, which simplifies the process of reviewing and confirming transactions before signing. But it has another cool trick up its sleeve. You'll notice that when you're entering a PIN code, the number pad is scrambled. This is to prevent anyone from guessing your PIN by looking at the finger marks on the screen. Neat. And beyond, or rather behind the screen, the Lattice1 is packed with more features that clarify exactly how security was the GridPlus team's top priority when they designed this device. When you first glance at the Lattice1, it's obvious that this is a very different type of device than a thumbstick BTC wallet. Sometimes these differences are surprising, like the Lattice1 connecting to your devices via Wi-Fi instead of a cable. So it is important to know how this device can have a Wi-Fi connectivity and a smaller attack surface than traditional Bluetooth or USB hardware wallets. Inside the Lattice1, you've got two completely separate hardware environments, ensuring that your secrets are never exposed to the outside world. This means that there's a general compute environment and a separate secure compute environment. Now, for anyone without an electrical engineering degree, this means that part of your Lattice1 that connects to the outside world and the HSM storing your keys are segregated at the component level. The two sides are not directly connected to each other, and instead, they pass signing requests and signatures through something called the mailbox, which only one side can connect to at a time. This means that your secrets are totally isolated from the outside world. There's no remote contact with the HSM and no accessible factory or engineering debug features. For the more technically inclined among us, this also means that the size-limited multiplexed mailbox protects against code injections and memory overflow attacks. So now that we know how the separation and the mailbox protect your assets from remote attacks, we should see how the Lattice1 protects against physical attack vectors when someone has access to your device. The Lattice1 houses its HSM or hardware security module within a tamper-resistant wire mesh, which, according to the GridPlus team, means that the device will automatically detect when someone's physically tampering with your device. This anti-tamper mesh is like a 3D maze of electrical traces that are wrapped around all the secure components, including actually the screen itself. A signal is constantly running through the circuit, and if it's altered or the circuit's broken, the device will delete any private information stored within it. This is really like a tripwire that will keep your secrets safe, even if a sophisticated hardware hacker gets their hands on your device.
If I just jostle this guy about that much, that would have opened the mesh, so the device would break itself.
Beyond these impressive physical security measures, the Lattice1 also has end-to-end encrypted communication between your paired devices and your Lattice1, instead of less secure options which are typically relied upon by legacy cold storage solutions. In addition to having an Ethernet port, the Lattice1 also has wireless connectivity, so you can use the wallet without having to plug it into a computer. This could be particularly beneficial for anyone looking to use their Lattice in multiple locations or needing to connect to multiple Wi-Fi routers. So we've covered the physical safety measures, the cryptography, and the connectivity aspects of this digital fortress. And I know you're itching to know what these safeguards do, so let's dive right in. Without a doubt, one of the most widespread concerns with crypto and digital asset custody is seed phrase storage. After all, regardless of where you store the phrase, it's only as secure as the location, particularly for anyone storing their seed phrases using paper, notebooks, or post-its. And yes, okay, the Lattice1 is a large, not so portable device, but the GridPlus team have come up with a clever solution for the portability of your assets too. The safeguard system is GridPlus's response to the issue of securely storing seed phrases and having them accessible on the go, and they call it colder storage. These portable safeguards allow you to back up seed phrases on a pin-protected HSM. Each new safeguard can be used to back up a different seed, meaning users can access an unlimited number of accounts by increasing the number of safeguards they hold. In practice, this means you can store your crypto offline, carry only a safeguard, and use a Lattice1 as a terminal. Now, thinking further down the line, the Lattice1 terminals could also be implemented as a point-of-sale system, allowing safeguard holders to easily transact with their digital assets by using only a PIN code. The Lattice1 and safeguards let you manage every wallet you've created from a single device and pair addresses from each with your favorite software. This also makes the Lattice1 the most cost-effective solution for anyone who has to set up more than one wallet. There's no longer any need to buy a hardware wallet for each seed phrase. You can simply replace an entire drawer full of legacy hardware wallets by migrating them all to safeguards, so you can easily sign with a single device. Alright, so now that we understand the Lattice1 and the safeguard system, let's get the device up and running and see what it can do. Let's start by getting our Lattice1 up and running in 4 simple steps. We'll connect to the internet, create a device PIN, create or import a wallet, and finally use the safeguard to back up our seed phrase, which is the key to our crypto assets. To get set up, get your device and cables in place, plug in the Lattice1, and it will automatically power on. Next, your Lattice1 will automatically initialize, and the screen will display setting up your Lattice1 initializing system. Now, this can take a couple of minutes, so in the meantime, let's get our Wi-Fi password ready. We're prompted to connect to the Wi-Fi, so we click yes. search for the right Wi-Fi connection, enter the password using this keyboard, which is definitely easier than using an up and down button to scroll through the entire alphabet, and then we can create our device PIN. So this is the PIN code you'll use to access the device and not the PIN code you'll need to create for each safeguard you use when backing up your private keys. You'll notice here that the number pad is scrambled for the security reasons which we discussed earlier. Next, we're greeted by this tamper mesh notice, reminding us of one of the security features of the Lattice1. This is basically a kill switch. Any attempts to break into the lattice will break a circuit and brick the device, rendering it useless immediately. Your wallet will be wiped clean. Although this mesh can be disabled, the GridPlus team recommend keeping it armed, so if you have any questions, please visit the GridPlus docs to learn more on the mesh. Now this is a brand new device, so it doesn't have a wallet yet, and for the purpose of this video, we're going to generate an entirely new wallet. But the Lattice1 allows users to restore existing wallets from seed phrases or from a safeguard if you already have one. This also means that once your wallet is backed up to a safeguard, even if you lose or break the Lattice1, you'll have a recovery method by just inserting it into a new Lattice device. So let's click Get Started and generate a new wallet. We're going to skip the optional 25th word or passphrase step for now by pressing enter, but here's an important disclaimer for you. The passphrase is optional, but note that it is not a password. It is an additional 25th word of the seed phrase from which the addresses are derived. So make sure to note it down if you want to create one, and if you lose the passphrase, you will lose access to your wallet. Next, we see and note down the 24-word mnemonic seed phrase. Now, remember to never share this seed with anyone or any company, including the manufacturer. To verify that we have noted the seed phrase, we will be asked to provide 4 random words from the seed phrase string. Once the Wi-Fi connection is established and a wallet is generated, you may receive a notification that the system is updating. This is automatic and is not a firmware update, so don't unplug the lattice for the 5 to 15 minutes this system update can take. So let's now follow the steps to use our safeguard and back up the new wallet we just generated. Insert your new safeguard and the device will recognize it. Create your 6-digit PIN code for this safeguard, press yes, and proceed with the wallet backup to finalize. And just like that, the safeguard chip now holds the same wallet you have on your Lattice1, protected by its own PIN code. Disclaimer: entering the wrong PIN 3 consecutive times will brick the card for security reasons. Before we connect to apps, assuming your lattice is lost, misplaced, stolen, damaged beyond use, or unavailable for any reason, the safeguard becomes your best friend. Because if you used a safeguard to back up that wallet and seed phrase, you can simply click Restore from Safeguard, enter the card and PIN into the new Lattice1 device, and recover your funds. When connecting to apps like MetaMask, please note, the seed phrase never leaves your device, is never shared with MetaMask, and this is a far more secure way of interacting with your MetaMask wallet, because if you only use the browser extension, your seed phrase is actually stored on the device, making it vulnerable to attacks by any evil people who gain access to your computer. All accounts protected by your Lattice will be marked with the Lattice1 tag in MetaMask. Connecting your Lattice1 to a MetaMask wallet is simple, and it doesn't mean that MetaMask has access to the keys or the assets stored on the Lattice. The connection merely enables you to use the Lattice as a safer and more user-friendly interface through which to sign transactions. Simply click on Connect Hardware Wallet, select Lattice1, and use the secure GridPlus Lattice Connector module, which will open automatically in a new tab. Use your device ID, which is displayed on the Lattice home screen for this step. Connect the device with your MetaMask wallet using the secret phrase displayed on the Lattice. Now select the address from your Lattice which you want to import into MetaMask. And great, we can now confidently navigate the world of Web3, send, receive, and swap crypto, borrow or lend through DeFi protocols, and even manage NFTs. So now that we're all set up, let's go ahead and buy an NFT on OpenSea and see the Lattice1 in action. We're going to go ahead and find a random NFT collection to demonstrate how the Lattice signs transactions. And for this example, we've opted for one of the cheaper ENS domains. Now we'll use the wallet marked Lattice1 through the MetaMask pop-up, and here we see all the important information on the Lattice screen itself. So then we can review the key data and go ahead and approve the transaction. Great, now we can transfer this NFT to another wallet. So to do that, we're going to view our collection, click on More Options, Transfer NFT, and enter our wallet address. And now we see all the details on our Lattice1 touchscreen, which we can then go ahead and approve. Next, let's swap some tokens on an exchange using the Lattice1. To do so, we'll head over to Uniswap and connect our MetaMask wallet. So let's select a small amount of ETH, and I want to swap it into DAI. We'll hit swap, and now we can review the transaction on the Lattice1. We see the gas price, the contract, and the amount. When we're happy, we can hit approve. And there you go. You can see how this is much easier than using a tiny hardware wallet with buttons to scroll through the transaction data. So we've held this impressive device, we've used the 5-inch touchscreen, and we've explored its advanced security features. We've also seen how the Lattice1 helps us securely interact with dApps. We've moved some cryptocurrency around, and we've even minted an NFT. All in all, this is essentially a next-generation hardware wallet for people who use their crypto and decentralized systems daily instead of just hodling. We've seen that the Lattice1 is secure, it's programmable, it boasts advanced encryption, a secure internal enclave to protect sensitive information, has a tamper detection system, and an extensible safeguard system to back up those pesky seed phrases. In other words, the Lattice1 is designed to facilitate active, daily use of crypto while also offering a level of security and usability that simply can't be achieved with legacy devices using USB or Bluetooth connections. Storing all of your digital assets into a single hardware wallet is still a high-risk endeavor. And why create extra security liabilities by owning dozens of hardware wallets to store your assets when you can simply get a single lattice and have multiple safeguards? As always, thank you for tuning in and stay defiant.